guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my today's video I am going to be reviewing a brand new item that actually just launched on Monday, and I got this package yesterday, that is Friday, and I was really excited. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, then you guys are probably not aware of what I'm talking about the tinted hue sticks that actually is by the brand Tinted, and the founder is Deepika. So if you want to know what my thoughts are about this particular product right here, which I'm super excited about, then please keep on watching. So first, let me begin with giving you like a background about the product. This product is by a YouTuber called as Deepika. She came up with these hue sticks, and she has a company by the name Live Tinted. She came out with these hue sticks, and I remember a few years back she came out with a video using a lipstick for covering your under eye circles, you know, using an orange lipstick, and that's how her video became viral, and this is where she is right now. So this is how the outer packaging looks like. This is actually in the shade Rice, and I happened to pick up all three shades because I wanted to know how each shade swatched and how they look like, how different they are from each other. And I do suffer from really bad under eye circles, so if this works, then why not? Of course, there are a lot of orange concealers in the market, but I just wanted to support her. So yeah, let's see how these perform. And the packaging actually came in something like this, which is perfectly okay. And it also did come with like a card like this, which actually explains everything about how you're supposed to be using, and also like the background about community that she built over here. Hue stick actually can be used for your eyes, for your cheeks, for your lips, and of course for your under eyes as well, and can be used in some eyeshadow as well, which is amazing because, you know, if you are traveling or something and you are not big into makeup and you just want to use one product and still look like kind of perky, this is probably a good one to carry along with, which we'll see how it performs and all that jazz. So let's read up about the hue stick, what it is actually. It says that it's the first ever lip, cheek, eye multi-stick with clean ingredients and safe pigments that also works to balance your dark spots, 3 universal colors. We asked you for your #1 beauty concern, so it comes up with PERK, which is a pink, orange, which is Rice, and red, which is Origin. It also says that you can apply it over your lips, cheeks, weightless, buildable, long wearing matte. You can also use it on your dark spots, and you can use it with your hands. Now it is vegan, cruelty free, paraben free, sulfate free, talc free, hyperallergenic, non-comedogenic, which means it's not going to clog your pores. It's made in the USA and also ophthalmologist tested. Now the benefits that it has is that it has hyaluronic acid, squalene, vitamin C, vitamin E, which are all pretty good products for your skin. So let's just move on to the actual packaging product. This is how the packaging looks like. Again, it's beautiful copper packaging with like a white print on it, like embossed in it. And it says Live Tinted, and also again it has the same kind of logo on that. This is how it looks like from the inside. I'm just going to swatch it now and show you. I will have all the swatches up on my Instagram. Then let's move on to like the ingredients, okay? Now as I already said, it is vegan, cruelty free, hypoallergenic and all that, but one ingredient that did catch my eye was mica. Now of course I'm not against mica per se, but ever since I watched the video, you know, that was all over YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, they kind of get mica from India and use like child labor, especially the ones that come from India. I wasn't too happy about it, so of course I don't know where this mica comes from. So this is orange shade, which is called as Rice, and then we have red over here. So I would say that if I had to use a shade for me, like on my skin, I would either go with PERK or Rice. A shade like this, which is Origin, would probably be a little too dark for me. Probably if you're above NC42 and if you're really dark under eye circles like I do, probably red would be the shade for you. But I think I would stick to Rice and PERK. And yeah, let's see how everything looks on my skin. I'm going to use these two shades. Probably on one side of my face I'll use Rise, and on the other side I'll use PERK. So the amount of product that you do get in this is about 0.1 ounces. That's about 3 grams of product, and I think I paid $64 for all of these, and if you just buy one it's probably $24. Okay, so first thing is that this does come in like a twisted, I think you can twist it up, and that's a very good thing because once you don't have to sharpen and all that stuff. So on this side of my face I'm going to use the shade PERK, and on this side of my face I'm going to use the shade Rise. So let's see, I'm going to kind of put it underneath my eyes and use it like a corrector. Of course it is a corrector, so I'm going to use it like that. I've never used a shade like this for correcting my under eyes because it's more like a salmon shade, and if you're probably fair you could use a salmon shade, but I am not fair. Still, I'm just going to test it out and see if a salmon shade like this works underneath my eyes. If it doesn't, it's probably not a bad product, it's just that that shade doesn't work for my skin type. And then on this side I'm going to use Rise. The good thing about this is that I don't even have to dab. It is kind of going in very smoothly. It's not tugging on my skin or anything. It's very soft like a crayon. Okay, and I'm also going to go over my eyes. For the foundation, I'm actually going to be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation because this is a foundation that I love. And I think I want to be safe, and I want to go with the foundation that I know is going to work for me for sure. So I'm going to go ahead, take my foundation, and I'm going to put it on this side of my face. Also going to try and cover my under eyes. And it says that if you do have this, you probably don't even need to use a concealer because it conceals everything. So let's see if it does that. I'm actually surprised as to how it covered up my under eyes. If this works out, you guys, I am telling you, I'll be so happy. I'm also going to use these shades over here to kind of cover up my hyperpigmentation. It's very easy to apply. I'm not having any trouble blending things out or anything. I am very impressed. I'm actually going to zoom in, and then I'm going to move on to the other side of my face. Again, the same technique, nothing different. That looks good. I like it. So you guys can clearly see the difference. This is how my face looks right now, and if you want my opinion, like I actually like this side more than this side. I haven't used one bit of concealer. This is how my face looks right now. I'm going to zoom in again and show it to you guys. This is just foundation on my skin for review purposes, and I want to show you how it looks with and without concealer. Put it underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and again put that underneath my eyes and dab it. Look at that. I love it. I'm just going to take my setting powder, which today I'm going to use the Fenty one because I like that one. This is how everything looks right now with kind of dusting off everything underneath my eyes. I honestly do think that I like this side more than my orange concealer, which is surprising because the orange concealer should have covered up more, but I guess this works better. I'm going to use the shade Rise over my eyes, and then I'm going to take the shade PERK and I'm going to put that as well over my lids. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that over. Next I'm going to take the shade Rise and kind of, this is how I saw her putting. I'm really scared. I don't want to put too much, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend it out over here. This blends out really beautifully. It gives a beautiful, oh yes, I think instead of doing it with your hand, you could definitely go ahead and do it with your blender because it just blends in easily. So yeah, that's how it looks right now. What I'm going to do is go ahead, put my lashes and all that jazz, and then I'll come back and put my lips and give you my final thoughts about this product. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade Origin and I'm going to put that on my lips and use that as a lipstick. That looks good, and it didn't tug, so this didn't tug on my lips at all. It actually looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put this orange shade a little bit, and also going to go ahead and take that pink peach shade, kind of highlighted. Okay, so I'm going to give you my final thoughts about this concealer. This is how my entire face looks right now. I used the shade PERK, I've used the shade Rise, and used the shade origin over here and topped it up with PERK and rice. So this is how everything looks right now. Now for my skin tone, I originally thought I usually go with an orange concealer to cover up my hyperpigmentation, and it works really well. But for some reason, I feel like the PERK color actually looks very good underneath my eyes. The takeaway that you want to have from this video is that if you are my skin tone and if you have under eye circles as much as I do, probably the shade PERK would just work beautifully for you. Honestly, like, I really love how the concealer looks underneath this eye, and I don't know if I'm just supposed to be using a salmon shade for my under eye. I never thought I would use a salmon shade, but it looks beautiful on underneath my eyes, and I'm going to give it a total thumbs up for my under eyes. On the other hand, the orange shade did not do much. In fact, I can see a little bit darkness peeking through over here, and I'm going to zoom in and show it to you guys. If you see, like, I can see a little bit of darkness peeking through over here, so I really did not like it underneath my eyes. So I'm not going to say that the product is bad. What I'm going to say is that it just didn't work underneath my eyes, probably because it's not for my skin tone. But around my mouth, I used both and it worked beautifully and it looks very good. Now let's move on to using it as an eyeshadow and of course as the blush and also the lipstick. Okay, I used it over my eyes. The thing is, I went over a powder, so I am not sure, and it doesn't mention anywhere about using it just over the concealer, which is why probably it was not blending in as much, but it does feel dry. It's not going to move anywhere, but I just had a little bit trouble blending it over there. I'm pretty sure that if I would have just used it as is, I don't think I would have had that much problem. Now moving on to using it as a blush. Now as a blush, I did have some trouble over my cheeks, but I don't know, it's only on this side. If I look this side, it blended beautifully. I did not have trouble at all. It was just this side where actually the foundation came out. If you see, like, this shiny thing that you're seeing is actually my skin. The foundation actually came out. I am not sure why it did that on this side. And also, just to give it a benefit of the doubt, this is my problematic side where I have a lot of trouble blending my blushes and I see a lot of patchiness around this side, so probably that's one of the reason. And again, I'm not going to blame the product for this. This is my problematic side because it did work beautifully on this side. So you could probably use it, but just be a little careful. Try to dab it with your fingers. So use a damp sponge, but make sure it's clean and you just want to kind of dab it. You don't want to rub it, and that's probably what happened. So I'd say just be careful using it. There's a little learning curve to this, and once you figure that out, I think you should be good. Other than that, on my lips, oh my god, it looks beautiful. I loved how it looks on my lips. I use the shade Origin and then I topped it up with PERK and Rice, and it actually looks very good. If you know how to use it, you are gonna love it. Probably not use this for my eyes, but for my underneath my eyes, I would totally recommend you just see a couple of videos and see whose skin tone, how they are, how much dark circles they have, and accordingly use it. If you are probably over NC45, I think like the red shade would be the best. I don't think I want to go with the red shade underneath my eyes, but the salmon shade just looks beautiful. Actually, I feel like it gave me a little brightening effect, so I would definitely go in with the PERK shade for myself. And the blush, as I said, just be a little careful using it with the blender. Probably just dab it with your finger and you should be good to go. So those are my final thoughts about it. Do you think it's worth buying? $24 is a little bit steep. If you think you just want an orange concealer and you don't want to use it for your lips and your blush, then just go with an orange concealer. But if you want to use it like a 3-in-1 product, then definitely go ahead and buy this product. And all three together would make a good combination. Like, I use red for my lips, I use PERK underneath my eyes, and probably I could use orange over my lips, or even over my or also as a blush. So yeah, I give this product a thumbs up. Okay, now I'm going to use the shade Origin on one side and I'm going to use the shade PERK on the other side like I do normally, because I know PERK works for me. So let me try and see, maybe Origin will work better than Rice. So on the right side, I'm going to use Can you see that? Like it instantly just covered up everything, like the under eye darkness that I had. So this is how my face looks right now. I really do think that I like it, but honestly, even now, like when I'm looking at it, I feel like the shade PERK actually suits me much better than the shade Origin. I feel like they are probably a bit too dark for me, but I think like PERK actually did the job, and I think for my type of under eye circles, I think I need more like a salmony shade than an orange shade. Hi guys. So the time right now is 8:30 and I wanted to see how it looks in natural light, and this is how it looks. There's absolutely no artificial light here. So this is how it looks. Both the eyes actually look very good, and on this eye of course I used my PERK shade, and on this eye I did use the Origin shade, although I would say I do like the PERK more than the Origin. Like always, like I liked PERK more than the rice shade, and PERK more than the Origin shade as well. I feel like this side is like a little more kind of highlighting as well. I don't know why, but I feel like it's highlighting. But on this side, I do see a little bit darkness. Let me actually go and check in another lighting as well. Give me a minute. Okay, so I actually moved to a different lighting, and not much really. I actually just moved to a different window. And I also asked my husband as to which eyes, which like under eyes he liked better, and he said he likes this too. You have to know what to use. Now I have all three shades, so I know this works. Believe it or not, I always thought orange would work for me, but I feel like salmon is the shade to go for my kind of under eye hyperpigmentation. So yeah, as of now I do like it. There's nothing wrong with the Origin shade or the rice shade. It's just that it is not for my type of under eyes or discoloration hyperpigmentation. Okay, I will see you in a few hours as I mentioned, and see you later. Bye bye. Hi guys, so the time right now is 5:30 and this is how my face looks right now. Actually, if you can see underneath my eyes, I actually do love everything the way it looks. I did a whole day of testing, and I'm really sorry if you can see like my sunglass marks over there. I can't do anything about it. And if I look in the mirror, actually it looks very good. And for the fact that I actually had a big crying session in the morning, like I was literally crying for whatever reasons, but you know, for that it stood really well. Like that is a true test of how like nothing moved, nothing. And I was using like you know, Kleenex like over and over again, and I made sure that, you know, my mascara doesn't smudge, and I was like trying not to cry, but I just didn't want to mess up my makeup because I wanted to review this also in the evening. But this is how it looks. Yeah, I actually do like this. So my final thoughts about this product is that, as I mentioned, on this side of my eye I use the PERK shade, and on this side I use the Origin shade. I actually think that both the eyes look good, but for my kind of you know, the discoloration or the hyperpigmentation that I have, I still stick by the fact that I like PERK better than Origin. I'm not saying that it is a bad product or whatever, it's just that it doesn't go for my under eye circles. For the type that I have, you know, under eye circles can vary in so many different ways. Some can have little bit, some can have too much, some can just have in the inner corner, some can have all over the eyes. So it really depends, but I do actually love this a lot. She did a really good job, you know, like it's a simple crayon. I mean, like you can't go wrong with this, and definitely you can put it in your purse and put a lipstick. It has red, it has orange, and you can mix the three shades as well. It's going to look beautiful. She did mention that you can buy all three shades, but I think you need to know which shade would suit you. Those are my 2 cents about this product. I totally give this a thumbs up. Go ahead and buy this, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bell button so you don't miss my future uploads, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Until next time, bye.